Okay. Sorry, just wanted to make sure that I am recording this meeting. Um, yes, also, as Randy wrote in the chat box, if you have any questions as we're going along, go ahead and put it into the chat, and Randy will either answer them or maybe tell you to hold off if we're about to go through it. And then at the very end of the meeting, I will open the floor for everybody to take themselves off mute and ask any questions. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Once again, this webinar today is about the student data portal and how to report your data. Okay, so this is your student data portal team. We are all right now working from home. Nobody is in our office, so you will see that I have tried to a phone number from our communications area right now. If you send an email to datareporting@wtb.wa.gov, which is all over the website, so you don't need to write that down, you will get a response from one of us over email, and people are checking that email box all day long. So don't worry, you should get a super quick response if you need help. Okay. All right. So the student data portal, it is a secure online system that should help you make your data reporting easy and efficient. Hopefully, every year we try to improve the portal, and so hopefully it's getting better and better. If not, if you're having a problem with something, or you find that you've been reporting data for years and you're still having problems with the same thing over and over, please be sure to let us know. This year, our big update, there's nothing different in the system with what you're doing. But this year you will notice that we are going to be changing the look here in hopefully the next couple weeks. We took the whole website and moved it over to a different host. And so hopefully that'll make it a little bit faster. If anybody's having problems with the website being really slow, or just having problems with the website in general, please let us know. We moved it over to hopefully make it better and faster. But we just finished sort of getting it pushed out last week. So let us know if you have any problems, and we can hopefully fix them really quick. And like I said, this is what the website currently looks like. We're going to be making some graphic changes, changing the colors and putting in our new logo. The logo up there is our old logo. So, but other than that, the reporting process itself is exactly the same last year. So if you know what you're doing and you're just here because you're waiting for any new information, nothing is different this year than last year. Just the dates for when your students, when you need to report for, are different. So, okay. So the data reporting timeline this year. So we started asking you guys at the beginning of May to start updating your programs on the Careerbridge website. So basically you could or could not be the registered user for Careerbridge. Sometimes, depending on the size of the school, Careerbridge and the student data portal have the same registered user, and sometimes they don't. So if you log into the student data portal and you start seeing programs that are wrong, or you notice things are wrong, it could be because your Careerbridge account has not been updated. And if you don't know how to get into that, or you need help figuring out who your registered user is, please just let us know, and we can help you with that. So we asked you to do that at the beginning of May. You may or may not have seen those emails, like I said, if you're the registered user or not. We asked you to be done with them the middle of June. That's because, so we take all the programs that you put into Careerbridge, and we basically suck all the data into the student data portal. And so if your programs are incorrect in Careerbridge, when you log in and try to report your data, the programs will not match, and they need to match exactly for you to be able to upload your data correctly. All right, so we opened the portal on July 6th. I know we didn't send out an email about it until Monday. We kind of did a week-long soft opening just to make sure that our new hosting platform was working okay. And like I said before, everything seems to be going okay. We're crossing our fingers, but let us know if you are having problems with anything. Okay, so we will be doing these two different webinars. You'll get the exact same content out of either webinar. I'm just repeating myself the second webinar. So today's the first one, and the next one is on Thursday, July 30th. And then August 26th is the last day that you have to report your data before the portal closes. In past years, the year before last and before, the reporting cycle was a little bit later in the year, and it's now moved to the summer because we've got some federal requirements. We have to write a report to the federal government, and they need this data included in the report. So that's kind of why it got moved to a little bit earlier. Okay, so what programs do you need to report? That totally depends on what kind of school you are. So if you're a private career school, you need to report all programs to us. So also this includes just all programs. It doesn't matter who funded the program. We a lot of times people think we only want to see people who have been funded by like a work source or with federal training money, but that is not the case. We want to see all students, and we want you to report all programs. So community and technical colleges need to report any non-credit certificate programs that you have put on our state's eligible training provider list that you would like to keep on there. By the way, if for some reason there's a program that you want removed from the ETP list and you don't want to report data on it anymore, unless you're a private career school, you don't have to report the data to us. So just let us know and we can remove those programs. Also, private career schools, it's part of your license renewal process to make sure that you have reported your data for this year. So please make sure you report it. If you don't report it, whoever your program specialist is for renewing your private career school license will hunt you down on our behalf and make sure that you're reporting it so that you can get your license renewed. Okay, so if you're a public four-year college, any certificate program that you want evaluated to be on the ETP list needs to be reported to us. And private four-year colleges, we need any program that you would like put on the eligible training provider list. If you are not a private career school, we get the rest of your data from different data sources. So that's why you don't have to report data for every single program to us. We actually pull it from other places. Okay, so like I said before, we want you to report all students. So that is any student enrolled in your programs between July 1st, 2019 and June 30th, 2020. So that's not just students that are receiving some kind of funding support. That's private pay students. It's students that are getting money for your program from anywhere. Okay, and then, I'm sure you want to know what we actually do with this data. So we take the data and we actually crunch the numbers, and if the program is on our state's eligible training provider list, we post it publicly on our Careerbridge website. So we use it for evaluation, and then we post the results on our Careerbridge website. We also use it for education. So on Careerbridge, students and teachers and parents and anybody else can go look at these programs and see how many people completed the program, what their average annual wages are, how many people got jobs once they left the program. So a lot of this is for consumers. And then we also do things for legislation. Our agency provides legislators and policymakers with annual evaluations of like different groups of programs. And so it helps us help inform the legislature where they need to put more money into or change any policies that they might have. So we really appreciate you reporting the data because we use it quite often. Okay, so this is the last thing before I start going into the student data portal. Please don't forget about Careerbridge. So like I said, before you're able to report your student data, you have to update your programs on the Careerbridge website. Yes, so you're either the registered user or your school has a registered user, and we've been emailing them since May, and hopefully everything is already set up and ready to go. But if it's not, you will have some problems when you log into data reporting. So if you log in and you're having some problems, let us know and we can help sort out what is happening with that. Okay. So before I move on, does anybody have any questions about that so far? You can unmute yourself and ask. The next part I'm going to go through is I'm going to actually walk you through the student data portal and show you how to upload and submit your report. Or Barbara or Randy, is there anything that I missed that I need to add?
No, I think you covered all the bases there. I'm not quite sure whether the people on the phone could unmute themselves, so I might just unmute everybody on the phone just so they have a chance to talk if they want to say anything. So just a heads up that I'll unmute you here for a moment.
Right, Lindsay, there's only one other thing. There are people who do not fall into any of the categories there, like the home inspection. We need everything that you've got on Careerbridge. If you're on Careerbridge, you do report to us through the data portal.
Perfect. Thank you, Barbara. Yes, I have my wonderful student data portal team on the webinar ready to help with questions or to catch anything that I missed. Does anybody on the phone have a question so far? Or is everybody okay? All right, cool. All right, Randy will remute you and I am gonna go ahead and keep going. And then Barbara and Randy, feel free to interrupt me or add anything if I missed anything. Okay, so once you have, can everybody still see my screen okay?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Cool, just making sure. Okay, so once you have all of your stuff done with Careerbridge, the next thing we're gonna want you to do is actually log in and report your data. So a good place to start would be here, which is our Workforce Board website. And mine might look slightly different than yours. I'm on my smaller tablet, so everything is in tablet mode instead of desktop mode. But it should just be that Career Resources is up here on the side instead of underneath. So this is our website. It's wtb.wa.gov. So you're going to go to this website and either right here, I have a link that says Student Data Portal Now Open, get key information here. So you're either going to click on that or there is also, you can get to the page another way. If you hover over private career schools, you can go to student data reporting. So either of those will take you to a page on our website that just has a bunch of information for you. So This page has a link where you can go to access the student data portal, which I'll go to in just a minute. It's got, I'm sure most of you have already been here since you are at the webinar, and this is where the links came from. So here is information about the webinars. Here's some frequently asked questions. Yes, and then on this, in this gray box, you should find all the tools that you need to actually submit your student data. So if you have never done this before, if you're a new school, or your school has already been submitting data, but you're new, or this is your first year doing it, we need you to complete and send this authorization form back to us. So this is just a form basically saying what your school is, who you are, and then who is authorizing you to report your data. We just want to make sure that everyone that's reporting data has the authority to do so on behalf of their school. So if you've already done this, you don't have to do it, but if you haven't, please go ahead and do it. And then please, 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 if you can, just email it back to us at datareporting@wtb.wa.gov. I know it says on the form you can either email it or mail it to us. But like I said, there are only a couple of staff members in our office. And so if you have to mail it, just maybe send us an email and let us know that you mailed it in, so I can let the people in our office know what to do with the form. Okay, so that's that form. There is a PDF user guide. I'm going to tell you the truth. I would recommend going back after, if you need more help, or we go through something that you just need a refresher on after today. I will be posting the link to the webinar. I'm recording it right now, and so I will put it up in this blue box after I get it done today and upload it to YouTube. So if you need more help, I would highly recommend just going back into the webinar and fast forwarding to the part that you need to watch over again, instead of using this PDF guide. We try to update it every year, but I think that it's probably a little bit old, and it's really, really long. So I think the video might be easier. Okay, and then the next thing we have in here is your spreadsheet. So there's a couple of different ways that you can report data to us. You can either fill out fields directly inside of the student data portal, or you can download this Excel spreadsheet. And so I would recommend using the spreadsheet unless you literally maybe only have less than like 5 students. The spreadsheet, I think, is way easier to use. And it should make it easier for you guys. So I'm just going to open the spreadsheet real quick so we can take a look at it. If you have an old spreadsheet from last year, do not use it. Make sure you download the new one, because every year I change some formulas on the spreadsheet, and the new one doesn't work the same way as the old one. So I think last year's is blue up here on the top. So if you have a blue one, make sure you come to the website and download this green one. So basically, you are going to fill in all the information about your students. And these first 3 columns, A, B, and C, are super important. So when you're in the student data portal, and I'll show you, your location, program title, and program award type are listed inside the portal. And what you put in on your spreadsheet has to exactly match what is inside the website, or you'll get errors in your report. And I'll go through that all once I log in. So then you've just got other information about the student's first name, last name, address, zip code, phone number, social security number. So we do ask that you ask your students for their social security number. And we have sample language on Careerbridge, or you can ask us for sample language if you need it to help you do that. If you don't report social security numbers to us, it will cause problems with your report. And then we will come back and pretty much ask you for more data that's even more complicated to get. So if you can get their social security numbers, that's really the only way that we have to, we match their social security numbers with wage records that we get from another agency. And that's how we figure out what happened to the students after they left your program. So that's really key information for us. And then most of these other columns actually have a drop-down menu. So when you're going along, we built these in to sort of help you. So each one of them should have a drop-down menu that gives you the 2 different options, or however many options you can pick. Also, back on the website, sometimes the drop-down menu, for whatever reason, doesn't show you all the options, or depending on what your screen settings are, the yellow boxes that have the drop-down information can be really small. So if you can't see what is in the box, but first get the codes you need to know, this document actually will show you every single column on the spreadsheet, and you know, every like race, it shows you what number you need to enter to equal whatever race you're entering for the student. So you have 2 different ways of doing it. Either use this code sheet or use the drop-down menus from Excel. Okay, so, and then we need to know their program start date and their program exit date. If they have not exited your program, and of course, see, look, my screen is set up weird on here, but if they're still continuing on, we need to know that they're still continuing on. So you don't put an exit date and you pick whichever option is continuing on. I think it's 3, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it's 3.
Thanks, Randy. And then you're going to put in either their earned award type or leave it blank if they didn't complete the program or if they're continuing. And then their GPA or pass fail, depending on your grading system. Okay, I'm going to go back out of this for a few minutes. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that's pretty much everything on this page. Once again, if you need help from us, go ahead and send us an email. We will respond really quickly over email. And if there is something that is just, I know that sometimes there are just things that are way too complicated to explain over email. So if you need a phone call, go ahead and leave us your phone number and we will give you a call. We're just not in the office, so we don't have our office phone numbers to leave out right now. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and go into the student data portal. Yay! Okay, so in this lovely orange box, you're going to click on the teal link that says click here to access the student data portal. Okay, very exciting. This is what the student data portal looks like. So if you don't know if you have an account or not, if you try to log in and it won't let you log in and you don't know if you have an account, just go ahead and send us an email and we can help you figure it out. If you don't have an account, you need to fill out that form that was on the other page, and then we will set up an account for you. Yeah, so if you don't have an account, let us know, fill out the form. We set up the account for you. And then once we set it up, it will email you a temporary password. So you'll be able to log in with a temporary password and then change your password to whatever you want it to be. So if you do have an account and you forgot your password, we unfortunately don't keep track of passwords. So you're going to have to go here and click on forgot your password, and then type in your email address and hit reset password. And it will send you a temporary password. Occasionally people have problems getting in even with a reset password. So if you're still having problems getting in, send us an email, and we can actually call you and we can input whatever password you want your password to be, and set it in the portal for you. So that way you can go in with whatever password you want if you can't get the reset password to work. Also, if you do this, make sure you only hit reset password once and then wait. I think if you hit it more than like 3 or 4 times, it will lock your account. So if that happens, just let us know and we will get it taken care of for you. But try to just hit reset password once and wait. It will come in a few minutes. Okay. So I am going to log in as my school that I made up. It's called Lindsay's Awesome School. So I luckily remember my password, I think. Okay, so when you log in, you should be able to see the name of your school right here. And then you are going to have a list of steps right here that you need to follow. And then everything is also listed in these links and also on the left side over here. So one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on training provider and make sure that all of this information is correct, that your school name is right. You've got your locations over here. If you see a location, if you're missing a location or there's a location that you don't have anymore, that's listed there, please let us know. Like I said, this is the stuff that comes out of Careerbridge. And so we will have to help you get into Careerbridge. This is your programs, and these are the people who are the training provider contacts for your school. So these are the people that are allowed to report data to us. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is you are going to want to view your programs. So these are the programs that you told us on Careerbridge that you are operating right now. And these are the programs that we want you to report data on. So make sure that you are checking this program list. If you're seeing programs that aren't there, that need to be there, or some of these programs are programs you didn't have during this reporting period, please let us know and we will help you get things fixed. And this is the page that's important that I was telling you about, that on the spreadsheet, those first 3 columns need to match these 3 columns exactly. So you're going to want to check that page really well. So I'm going to go back to the steps. Okay, so the next step is view your continuing students. So these are students that were enrolled during the last reporting period, so the 2018-19 reporting period, and they're students that you told us in your spreadsheet last year that they were continuing on into this year. So we want to keep tracking those students. We want to know what happened to them this year. Did these people complete the program this year? Are they still going? Did they withdraw? So you have to make sure that these students are also included in your spreadsheet. There is actually a nice little button here that says export. And it actually exports your students directly into this spreadsheet. And I actually tried this yesterday. I would recommend just copying these 2 rows and then opening your, go to the website and download a blank copy of this spreadsheet, and I would just paste these rows in. I was having a couple of weird issues, but it could have just been me yesterday, so it might be just fine. but let us know if you're having any problems. So when you're editing the spreadsheet, the first thing you want to make sure to do, and I know this sounds silly, but people forget about it, is make sure you go to File and Save As and save this on your computer somewhere. I can't tell you how many times I've had to tell people, if you haven't saved it on your computer, it is nowhere. So please make sure you save it on your computer somewhere and that you know where you saved it. Otherwise, you're going to do a lot of work and you're not going to have a spreadsheet and you're going to have to redo the whole thing, and that would be really sad. So make sure you check out your continuing students and make sure that they're included in this year's report as well. Okay, I'm going to go back. Here are the instructions that I was talking about before. Like I said, I would recommend using the webinar for help instead of the instructions, but you're welcome to read the instructions if you would like to. Okay, so after you read all of those things, you are going to go to start your report over here on the left-hand side. Okay, so like I said before, there's a couple of different ways to report your students to us. One is in that Excel spreadsheet, and if you have gotten to this part and you don't remember where the other website was, don't worry, you can click right here and download a copy of the spreadsheet from here. Or if you only have a couple of students, you can use the online student entry form, and I'll show you what that looks like first. So this is what the entry form looks like. If you want to add a student, well, there's two different views. There's form and list. I like form a lot better. List goes all the way out over here and looks kind of crazy. So I would use form if I were you. So click add student, and then you are going to fill in all of the information about your student, just one single student on this, in this form. And these also have the drop-down menus. So you probably don't need the codes sheet if you're going in here because everything is right here. So if you do that, if this is the only student you have, you can go ahead and hit save. This little floppy disk with a little star is save and add another. So it'll go to a new blank form and also save your student. So like I said, I would only use this if you only have literally a couple of students. Okay, I'm going to go back to start your report, and I actually finished. I'm going to pretend like I finished filling out my spreadsheet. And once you're ready to upload it, you're going to click upload Excel file. And then I'm going to choose my file. Let's see. Okay, so once you get your file uploaded, you're going to hit upload data. Okay, so when you upload your data, you'll either see one of two things. You will see a thing that says, yay, you've uploaded all your data and everything looks correct. Or you will see what I'm seeing, which is some invalid data was found in the Excel spreadsheet. You'll need to fix the errors and upload again. So that means that something is wrong with my spreadsheet. The most likely thing is that I've messed up one of those three beginning columns that I was telling you about. So you can go ahead and right here, go to for a list of spreadsheet data errors, refer to view all report errors. If you click on view all report errors, it will actually show you all of any kind of errors that you have. And it actually shows you right in the spreadsheet what rows things are wrong in. So let me go open my spreadsheet. Okay, so it is telling me that in row 2, program enrollment status must be between 1 and 4. So let's see. So 2, program enrollment status must be between 1 and 4. So here's program enrollment status. Oops, it looks like I forgot to pick an option for that. So I just forgot, and I will pick an option, and I will go back over here. And then let's look at the other error. In row 4, I have a problem with the location, program, and award type, and it says it must match the information on your programs page. So I'm going to go back over here and just double check my programs. What usually happens, I would say what's most common is something is either spelled wrong, which it looks like right here. I spelled decent wrong. And it will knock you for every single little thing. So yeah, make sure everything is spelled right. Make sure that all of the letters are capitalized the same way in every single column. And then you want to make sure that your program location matches. Sometimes, you know, on this program is supposed to be in Olympia, but we accidentally put it in Tacoma. So once I have finished all of my fixing all of my errors, I'm going to go back to start your report. I'm going to try to upload it again. And if you cannot figure out what is wrong, or you can't figure out why you have errors, please give us a call. Or sorry, don't call us. We don't have phones. Please send us an email, and we will help you. And also, one thing I forgot to mention earlier, if you're having problems and you need help, please do not email us your spreadsheet. Or if you need help uploading it and you can't figure it out, let us know. We will call you and walk you through it. Do not email us your spreadsheet. Email's not super secure, and those, you know, most of your spreadsheets have social security numbers. So we don't want anybody to steal your student's identity. And we are able to download. So if you upload something and you can't see what the error is, or you're having trouble, it downloads it, or we can download it from our end. So please, 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 please do not email it to us. Okay, so I'm going to upload my corrected form because I fixed it and I saved it. Okay, so this is what you will see once your records are all correct. So the last thing that you'll have to do is go to this certify and submit page. And just one more thing on the start your report page, if you for whatever reason do not have any students at all this year, you will just have to put right here, you pick a reason from the drop-down menu of why you don't have any students. And that's grayed out for me because I have those continuing students from last year. So it knows that I have at least 2 students. So even if those students withdrew this year, it wants to know that. But if you just don't have any students, you will still need to get on and certify that you had no students this year. Okay, but I had students and I got my report uploaded. So I'm going to go to the very last step, which is certify and submit. Okay, so on this page, it will show you all of your programs right here and their program location, and then it'll tell you how many students you reported for each of these programs. And it will also show you what the result was. So I passed, I don't have any problems right here. These passed all the edits. So these 2 programs, I did not have any students. And so a reason is required for why I didn't report any students in those 2 programs. And also there's a link right here that says view all report errors. So that's just another way to get to that page that showed you if you had errors when you uploaded your spreadsheet, what they are and how you can fix them. Okay, so I'm gonna edit this little pencil right here and pick a drop-down reason. I'm gonna put did not offer training. And my explanation is I'm just going to put COVID because that seems like a legit reason why people would not offer training this year. Save. I need to do the same thing for this program. So once again, I am going to say the same thing and save it. And then, so after you're all done with that, once you're going to check this box right here to certify that your report is indeed 100% correct, and you are going to hit the submit report button. So once you hit submit, as long as you are all done, it will tell you, congratulations, your student data report has been successfully submitted. So that is how you know that your report has gone all the way through. And then if we have any questions after that, we will get a hold of you. I know occasionally we need more information or we have a question about something. So most likely Barbara will be reaching out to you if she has any more questions for you. So I think that's about it on my end. Randy or Barbara, do you guys have anything to add that I missed?
I didn't have anything to add. I think you covered all the key points.
Okay. I'm going to leave my screen sharing going just in case somebody has a question that I need to use my screen for. Randy, if you want to unmute people, or if you're in the meeting, oh, I think if Randy mutes you, you can't unmute yourself. So Randy, if you could unmute everybody, and then does anybody have any questions, or you can type them in the chat box.
Everybody should be unmuted now,
Okay.
unless you muted yourself.
Okay. Okay, one last call. Any questions from anybody?
You could also type them in the chat if you prefer that.
Yes, and if you have a question that's specific about your school, go ahead and email us. Or if you come up with, you're going along and you realize you have questions, then feel free to contact us. Like I said, we're checking that box all day long, and we should get back to you pretty quickly. So yeah, if nobody has any questions, that is about it. I will be downloading this webinar, and I will go ahead and repost it later today. So if you need it, you can go back and look at it again, or feel free to just give us an email if you have any more questions. I hope you guys have a great day. Happy reporting, and hopefully we will see your data report soon.